Hello friends, I am Muhammad, and in this video we're going to be discussing how we can containerize our .NET 10 application to be production ready. We're going to be discussing the health checks that is needed in order for us to make sure that our container is running healthy. So let's jump into it. What I have here is I have a very simple web application. It doesn't really contain much. It only has the basic controller for weather forecast that comes out whenever we're creating a new web API. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be running it. I'm just going to put .NET run. So if we take a look at our open API documentation, we can see it runs on localhost 5035. We can see it has one controller, which is the weather forecast, and it has very simple endpoints, and that's it. So what we want to do right now is we want to add a couple of endpoints regarding health checks, and we're going to see how this will be represented here. So if I go back to my source code, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to update my program.cs in order for me to add health check capabilities inside my application. So the first thing I want to do is, before I have my builder.build, I'm going to add some points here. We're going to put var hc, which is going to be for health check, equal builder.services.add health checks. So basically what we're doing here is we're adding the middleware for health check to be loaded inside my application at runtime. So once I have this, I'm just going to add a comment here saying adding health checks middleware, and then we're going to add two types of health check. One is going to be check if the application is running, and the other one to check if the application can serve requests. So let's start first with the application is running. So we're going to utilize health check that we have got it from the middleware. So we're going to put hc dot add check. We're going to add the name, and I'm going to call it self live. Then we're going to specify the check itself, and here I need to basically fix the reference, and then here what I'm going to say inside is application is running or is healthy. Perfect. Let me close this so we have a bit more of a real estate. Okay, perfect. So now that I have this, the next item, I want to add the tags, and this is going to be a simple tag saying that it's live, and I'm going to end it with a semicolon. Perfect. The next point that I would like to add is again hc.add checks, and again it's going to be the same. I'm going to put a name, and this is going to be self-ready. So this means it's ready to actually serve all of the requests coming in, and it's going to be also check application ready to serve requests. So we're going to also use the check health check results, say if it's healthy, and we're going to return it. And the tags for that, it's going to be ready. So what I'm doing here is let me just finish this, and we can discuss what I'm doing here. So let's put the tags, and let's close it here. So basically what I'm doing here is I am telling the health checks that there's going to be two main items that it needs to check. One, if the application or the container is going to be up and running, and the second one, if it is ready to serve the request. And why do we need that? So sometimes when we launch our application, it's not really ready from the get-go to serve request. Sometimes it needs to connect to third-party services. Sometimes it needs to initialize additional library. Sometimes it needs to apply some migration to the database, etc. So there's a difference between the application is up and running and the application is ready to serve requests. So that's why in order for us to have a production-ready application, we need to make sure that our health check is checking both of these statuses. And once we are checking both of these statuses, we are able to actually understand the nature of the application runtime. So if, for example, if we deploy something and we're not getting any response back, or we're getting errors, we check the health check and we know exactly which state of our application is in. So now that we have added these two within the middleware section, we're going to go down more. And first of all, I'm going to change this here. I don't want this to use HTTP direction only if I'm running it locally inside development, because when I containerize this and I put it inside a Docker container, I'm not going to right now configure all of the SSL certifications. I'm not going to configure how the SSL will work within my Docker image. That's a different video for a different day. For now, just to make it simple, I'm only going to make it use HTTPS redirection if it's using local development on my machine, where it can refer to my local SSL certifications. But when I'm running it within a container, I'm not going to be running it through SSL. So that's why I just moved the HTTPS redirection to its development. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build on the implementation here of the pipelines, and then I'm going to add the health checks. So we start first by doing app. We're going to put use health checks. I'm going to specify the endpoint, which is going to be health. It's going to be new health check options. And here we can see it automatically added the reference. I'm not going to needing this. I'm just going to fix it that it added on top. Perfect. And let's fix this. So I'm not going to. So first thing I want to do is I don't want to be any of my responses cached. I want to always give me the latest status of my application. I don't want anything cached. Second, now we're going to be using the tags that we have defined before. So I'm going to use the predicate equal r.tags.containing live. So what I'm doing here is basically I'm filtering through all of the tags that I have added through my middleware. So if you can see here to these two health check, I have added two tags, one for the live and one for ready. So live is mean the application is up and running, and ready is ready to serve. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually checking if there's any tags available through my health checks, and if it's live, it's going to give me a true. So that's going to be the thing that I want to do here. And let's add here a / because I forgot to add it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another one. It's just going to be mainly dedicated for the ready. So I'm just going to copy paste this one. I'm going to change this one from health to ready. And also this one here for the tag. So similar to the tag that we have added here, instead of live, I'm going to add it to ready. Perfect. So now that I have this here, I'm just gonna run it again. So I'm gonna put .NET run. This is gonna run in the same port as before. I'm gonna go back to my web browser. What I can, if I can take this endpoint and I'm gonna go to here, I'm gonna put health. We can see it's healthy. And if I come here and I put, what was the other point? Live. I'm gonna put ready, and we can say it's healthy as well. Perfect. So now that I have this up and running and we know everything is running, I'm just gonna stop my application. I'm gonna close my terminal. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to call it app options.cs. And this is going to be pretty straightforward. So this is going to be a sealed class. In order for me to serve some information inside my controller, we're going to put public sealed class app option. And we're going to put public const string section name. And this is also going to be app. Perfect. Then I'm going to specify here to information, which is going to be where is it going to be running, and the name of my application. So we're going to put public string service name. It's going to be sample API, and public string environment label, and this is going to be development, or we can make it local, whatever we want. So this is a simple class that we can actually refer to. So now that I have this, I'm going to come here to my app settings, and I'm going to add the sections here, similar app, service name, and environment variable, so we're able to override them if needed. And now what I'm going to do is, once I have this in place, I'm going to go to my controllers, a new file. I'm going to call it info controller.cs, and I'm going to put public class info controller, which is going to inherit from controller base. Let's fix all of these references. Let me fix this reference as well. So instead of typing everything here, all we're doing is basically we're defining a new controller called info controller. We're relying on the app options, that one we had. We're loading it here, taking the values, and then basically whenever we say get info, we're getting this information and we are returning it. As simple as that. So now if I run this again, I put .NET run, you can see my application is building. Let me close this. Now if I go back to my web browser, so now if I come here, I'm just going to put info instead of ready, info. And we can see here that I have my information available for me. So I have my sample API, I have my local, and I have the date timestamp. Perfect. So that means that my controller is actually running and I'm getting the information that's needed. Great. So now that this is all up in place, the next step is I'm going to continue with running. And I'm going to showcase to you in a different way. And this is where basically we're going to be doing the health check. So I'm going to open a new terminal. And inside this new terminal, I'm going to utilize the curl command. And I'm going to refer to this. So for example, if I take this endpoint, 5035, I put a curl on it for example, info. We can get the information that we have just seen. If I check if it's healthy, actually it's health, not healthy. We can see it's getting healthy. And if I say if it's ready, we can say it's healthy as well. So perfect. So now I know that all of my endpoints are working, and we can see that there's a different ways where I can actually do these health checks, because these endpoints that you can see here, this is if I'm deploying this to a Kubernetes containers, and basically this is the health check endpoint that I need to provide in order for my Kubernetes cluster to know if actually my container is healthy or not, to know if it needs to replace it, if it needs to basically degrade it and create a new one instead. So now that we have all of this, we want to build right now our Dockerfile in order for us to benefit from all of these different health checks. So I'm going to stop this here and I'm going to close the terminal. I don't really need it right now. I'm going to go back to my root file. I'm going to add a new folder here, new file actually. I'm going to call it Dockerfile. And within this Dockerfile, what I'm going to do is, instead of typing everything inside right now, I'm just going to paste the code for it, and we're going to be explaining it step by step. Okay. So first of all, here we are specifying the runtime stage. And what we're doing here is basically we're telling it that it needs to utilize ASP.NET 10 as a base image for our Docker file. Then we're specifying the working directory. The second item is we're defining here what are the ports that our Docker container will run from. So by default, .NET now runs on port 8080 inside Docker. So that's going to be the port that we're going to be connecting to. Then what we're doing is we are actually making our .NET application running, or basically listening to the port 8080 by utilizing ASP.NET Core HTTP ports, and this is where basically we're forcing our internal Kestrel server to listen to this port. Then this is where it's really important, because we want to actually do the health checks of our application while this is running. What we're doing here is we are defining, or because it's a Linux image of our .NET, of our base image, we are installing the curl application inside our Docker image in order for us to be able to call and do the health checks. So what we're doing here is we're using the root user, and then we're basically doing apt get and update. We're updating the full container repository inside, and then we're doing an install, and basically we're telling it that it needs to install curl. Then we're saying that it needs to do some configuration inside this container itself. So basically what we're doing here, we're installing a package inside our container other than our application in order for us to do the health checks. So now once we have installed everything, we're returning back to the normal user. We don't really need the root user anymore. And then basically we're telling it that it needs to call periodically the health checks. And here we're telling it that for interval of every 30 seconds that it needs to check the localhost health. So basically we can say for interval of every 30 seconds, if there is a timeout of 3 seconds, it needs to start with a period of 10 seconds, and it needs to retry for 3 times. So what we're doing here is basically this health check inside our container, it needs to keep on reporting the status of my container. It needs to tell me if it's running healthy, if it's failing, if it's downgrading, if we're getting the service. So that's why we need to add this health check option inside my container. We need to specify the interval of when it's running, the timeout command that it needs to take into consideration, the start period of this command, and how many tries it needs to do. And then we need to specify the health check command. So if you remember, what we did here is, let me open my terminal back. What we did here is we did curl to check if the application is running healthy or not. So similarly, what we're doing is we're calling curl. We're specifying the endpoint that it needs to call, which is going to be on port 8080 because we have just exposed it here. And we're telling it this is the endpoint that it needs to check. So this is the health check command, or basically this is the health check stages that it needs to get into implementation. Then we have here basically we're actually building our container. So here we're basically doing the normal Dockerization of a .NET application, where we're again getting the .NET SDK. We're basically copying our application from our local file to inside the container itself. We're doing the .NET restore for our CS proj, and then we're copying all of the source code, building and releasing, creating a .NET build or a release version of our application. And then later on at the end, we're just publishing it into that folder. So all of these is basically normal. Now this is here, we're specifying the entry point of our .NET application. If you're interested more into learning how the Dockerfile work, I have a different video where I explain it in much more detail, but the main goal behind this is to discuss this stage here, which is really important, how basically we are actually installing a package inside our container in order for it to report the health check of our application, in order for it to run continuously in the background based on a certain timer to report the health status of our Docker container. And this is why it's really important in production, because again, if this container is running within a Kubernetes on on ACS, on Fargate, on Azure Container Apps, whatever it is, we need to make sure that we are reporting back the status of our application, and this is where it will help. So now that we have understood what we have done, so now let's run it. So I'm gonna create a Docker image. So I'm gonna put Docker build, give it the context. I'm gonna give it a tag. I'm gonna say sample API, and I'm going to give it a tag of local, and now it's going to build everything for me. And now we can see the image has built successfully, and now I can run it. We can put docker run -rm, so it will remove it as soon as it stops. I'm going to specify the port. I'm going to say port 8080. It's going to connect to port 8080, and I'm going to specify here it's going to be sample API and the local tag. So now it's going to run, and we can see my application now is running on port 8080. So if I open a new one, I'm going to do cur http localhost 8080, and now we can see we're getting healthy. And now this is connecting to the container version of our application, and it's actually running as it should be. So now I'm just gonna stop this, and with this we're able to see that my application are basically adding health check inside my container. It's gonna really make my application is production ready. It's gonna give me all of the right tooling that is needed in order for my application to survive in a production environment and report back on its status. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure you put them in the comments down below. If you have any suggestions for a topics, please make sure to let me know as well. If you'd like to support me, please consider supporting me on Patreon or buying me a coffee as well. The world is a terrible place right now, so if you'd like to support the people in Gaza or Sudan, I'm gonna put 2 links in the description down below where you can actually donate. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.